This time, the big prices we're paying for our mini snacks. Smell them, man. Smell them.
Very surprised. Can't believe it.
Plus, travel insurance. Are we being fleeced when we fly?
They might tell you that it's incredibly convenient, and of course the reality is it's very profitable for them.
easyJet's family insurance costs £51.60.
Allianz,
The people who provide easyJet's insurance only charge £35.97, 30% less.
There's a strange phenomenon taking over Britain. No, the nation isn't shrinking, but our favourite snacks are.
You'd have to shop far these days to find mini versions of your favourite snacks, like Maryland mini chocolate chip biscuits, or even your McVitie's digestive nibbles. There's even cheesy snacks. Get this! Cathedral City nibbles and... the Laughing Cow mini cravings.
And some families love them. I've come to meet Reham and Mohanad from Paisley, who spend about £25 a month on minis. Reham thinks they're a handy way of ensuring Mohanad doesn't overindulge.
Now, I know that is your snack drawer.
Yes, it is.
Show me. Let's have a look. So I can see that these are super useful, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
For putting into a lunchbox for a child.
Yes, they kind of limit you on how much you can eat as well, rather than the big packs.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah, otherwise you'll keep eating.
And food companies know just how keen many of us are to cut down on our snacks. But when it comes to indulging ourselves, we prefer a little something rather than nothing at all. And mini snacks offer a tempting solution.
One of the things going on is this idea of permissibility. If I'm going to limit how much chocolate I eat, then I want that chocolate to really deliver. I want the stuff I love, but I want to keep it contained.
And that rule applies to the freezer too. Ice cream, anyone?
Magnum launched Magnum Minis specifically based on consumer feedback, where they were saying, just for your everyday evening, for actually eating the full-sized Magnum, that's a bit much.
But it's not just Honey, I Shrunk the Sweets. When it comes to cheese, a fifth of sales are now snack-sized portions.
Yes, cheese has given itself a makeover.
it looks like a chocolate bar. It even feels like a chocolate bar. But it's cheese. A cheese snack bar for grown-ups on the go. It's not chocolate.
What's working in favour of things like cheese at the moment is that a lot of people are quite worried about sugar, and cheese is in a perfect place to be that alternative snack.
At 100 calories, the cheese snack bar has 25% less calories than an equivalent chocolate bar, but it does have a higher fat content.
So a company's offering us what we might think are healthier options for our own well-being. Let's look at those prices, shall we?
Your McVitie's digestive nibbles.
Those digestive caramel nibbles, they're taking the biscuit at £1.67 per 100 grams, nearly 3 times the cost of normal chocolate digestives.
As for Magnum Minis, they'll eat a hole in your budget. We found some were over a third more expensive than the standard size.
And if you're not already cheesed off,
A cheese snack bar for grown-ups on the go.
the new Cathedral City snack bar is 180% more expensive per gram than a family-sized block.
So given that ultimately manufacturers are just making a smaller version of what they already make, why are they charging such a premium?
The reality is not all costs go down just because you've made the product smaller. Obviously, some of them will do. You know, you're making, say, a smaller ice cream, you're going to need less cream, less milk, less sugar. That's absolutely true. But for example, your machine that's making your ice cream sticks, it can't make twice the quantity. It can't make them twice as fast.
Okay.
Just because they're half the size. Ultimately, you are going to end up in a situation where the bigger product is probably going to be cheaper and the smaller product is going to be more expensive.
So there are some legitimate reasons for the bigger prices. But back in Paisley, Can Supershoppers save Reham any money?
I want to uncover which minis are taking the biggest bite out of her shopping budget. Cue mini trumpets. Time for the Supershoppers Cookie Challenge. First, mini-sized Maryland cookies.
Which has got more biscuits on it?
Clever boy. And yet both these plates of cookies cost £1. Next, Jammie Dodgers.
Which plate is more expensive, do you think? Take a guess. You don't know.
Sorry, Mohanad. Trick question. The answer is neither. Incredibly, both these plates are also £1. Finally, Mohanad's favourite, Oreos.
Now then, come on. Which plate has got more biscuits on it? Yes!
Correct again! Unbelievably, for the price of the minis plate, you can buy over 3 times the amount of regular Oreos.
Meaning of the brands we checked, Oreos are the worst value, making them the Cookie Challenge champions.
Very surprised. Can't believe it.
Do you think that would make a difference to your shopping budget?
I mean, yeah, definitely it will.
If Reham was to trade in all her mini snacks for their full-size equivalents in her weekly shop, she'd save more than £15 a month.
That's a Supershoppers annual saving of over £200.
How would you package them up in Mohanad's lunchbox then?
I can just put them in little small boxes. It'll be fine.
So if you give up the mini snacks with big prices, you too could save hundreds of pounds a year. Enough maybe to upgrade from this to this. Almost 80% of us now book our holidays online. And when it comes to that final payment page, airlines are only too keen to offer us those last-minute travel extras.
Whether you're checking out or online checking in, you're offered everything from airport parking to car hire to travel insurance. Convenient? Mais oui. But is there a cheaper way to buy these things? You're right, Anna.
You gotta take your flippers out and everything.
Really?
Yeah, they won't fit.
I need them.
Whilst Andy hits the beach, I'm hitting the internet to find out what Britain's busiest airlines charge for online add-ons during the peak holiday week of the year.
When it comes to parking at the airport, should you go with what the airline offers or just book direct?
Well, Supershoppers, we found you can cast your cynicism aside. In this case, the airlines offered great deals. Take Ryanair. They offer a week's parking for just under £38 with jet parks at Stansted, compared to almost 53 quid if you book direct.
But when it comes to car hire, prices are less clear-cut. Sometimes it's the airline that offers the best deal, other times it's the hire car company.
And the winner is no one. It really is so dependent on where you go, how long for, and how flash you want to look. So our advice is check online reviews to dodge hidden extras, which could steer the price northward.
So that's one clear win for the airlines and a score draw. But the one add-on that really shocked us when it came to price variation was travel insurance.
We found that travel insurance for a family week in Malaga during the August bank holiday costs anything from 24 quid to 50 quid, depending on the airline.
But when we dug deeper, we made another interesting discovery.
easyJet's family insurance costs £51.60. Yet Allianz, the people who provide easyJet's insurance, only charge $35.97, 30% less.
So easyJet's policy is broadly similar to the cheaper one you can get by going straight to Allianz, with one key difference: medical cover. When we scrutinised the small print, we found easyJet's pricey policy offered £15 million of medical cover, while Allianz provides $10 million. But what is enough? We spoke to consumer expert James Daly.
What do we actually need if we're travelling to Europe?
I think if you want to be on the absolute safe side, £5 million would be the upper limit. As long as you've got a European health insurance card, then you're covered to use that country's health insurance system.
The major difference between easyJet and Allianz policies is a level of cover we may not need. So why does easyJet charge more for a similar policy?
So we found that easyJet uses Allianz to provide its insurance cover, yet it charges much, much more. Why?
easyJet is selling policies to its customers. At the moment, they're thinking about buying a flight. They're not comparing prices at that moment, so it's easier to sell them something that's more expensive. People buy it quite quickly, but it's actually quite complex, and it's important you've got exactly the right amount of cover in the right circumstances. And it's important to understand that so you don't overspend, because the higher the limits, the more it's going to cost.
There's nothing preventing easyJet from doing this, and they're not breaking any laws.
So us consumers need to do our homework. Here's some holiday insurance tips.
The important thing is to shop around. The best place to do that, in my view, is the comparison sites. Go to a few of them because you can get better deals from some comparison sites than other ones.
And any advice for when we're going to see Aunt Sheila or Uncle Hank?
If you're going to the States or outside of Europe, getting a policy with enough medical insurance is really important, because that's the area where this insurance really comes into its own if something goes wrong.
And things do go wrong on holiday. So if you don't want to get burnt, take your time when you're booking online.